Hey Dharma, ready? Alright, take a deep breath and just let the day go. Let's see what you need to know. Do you know how much trouble I've had getting this reading going for you? So many things started getting in the way, and I felt like I was completely on my own doing all of it. I went and tried to reach for my cat to pick her up, and she started like getting really fussy. I knocked over a plant. I had to vacuum. I saged. I frankincense the entire house. It was, whatever you're going through seems to be like you're almost at your limit. So take time for yourself, girl. Take time for yourself. You know, I was going to say something about this issue because I really felt like there was an entity around sabotaging things. And now this card shows up. Parasite. I'm going to put it back, but I'm going to pull another one. Like, if it comes back, then we'll know. But there might be something, obviously, if it's like an internal something or other, you might want to try like wormwood or different kinds of herbs. It might help. Or if it might be somebody in your life that's taking way more than they're giving you. And it's almost like they... Look at how this nose looks like it's bleeding right there. It's like they kind of get off on you being in a situation where you're struggling. Bottom of the deck over here is sacrifice. And look, the eye that's covered in this one is illuminated in this one. So there might be somebody in your life you might want to distance yourself from. I'm also seeing the symbol of the evil eye, the evil eye repellent, the blue, white, and black circles. Try that, like pick some of that up or draw it or make a sigil out of it somewhere. I want one of these cards to flip out. I don't want to pick it out myself for you. So is there anything in here you need to know about, or that your guides want you to know, or that you need confirmation on? I'm feeling a lot of hesitation, Dharma. It's like anxiety. I can hear it in my voice. Okay. Let's try grace cards. You know, I'm getting a really dodgy feeling. It's like a slippery, slimy kind of feeling. Like I'm trying to hold on to something like an electric eel, but it keeps sliding through my fingers and my hands. And it doesn't feel like it feels like avoidance of a topic. Like a parasite trying to hide being found. I'm seeing you do some gardening or digging in some soil. You're like on the floor digging in the garden and there's sunlight, and then somebody is like walking up to you and you're like not pleased to see them. I don't know what that means, but I'm seeing really baggy jeans in this person. Epiphany. Reveal your gifts. First thing I'm drawn to is the golden blood. There was something I read earlier, a few days ago actually, about bloodlines and how certain bloodlines used to have different colored blood, and the human species itself used to have a blood that was more rich in color, almost as if it was gold, due to the different minerals in there. Whereas to now it's more iron, I think, based, where it's like red. So there's something deep down in your ancestral lineage from before any shadows or anything that blinded you to your gifts. There's something, I'm seeing a crone, like an old great grandmother in the woods, and she's holding like herbs, waving them in here, like to my face, with a smile on her face. So there's something maybe with herbal magic, like leaves and trees and branches, that you're supposed to utilize. Maybe make like I don't want to say picture frames, but I'm almost seeing this like a full card that keeps rotating. Like I keep seeing her move her face around, and the forest behind her keeps turning into like people over there, like shadows of people watching, but she's unaware. And then there's like a building being built over there in the corner. It almost feels like the Queen of Wands, but she's hiding from an ability to see. There's something that you weren't seeing. It's almost like, you know how somebody looks when they're taking a selfie and they feel great and they're like posing for the camera or something, but then there's somebody like their sister or brother like in the room watching them take that selfie, and they like, you're in a state of vulnerability, but there seems to be something you're unaware of in your environment that is causing you some form of, I want to say, emotional exhaustion. There's no blue or any other color here. It's really a noble, grounded, dignified pain, like silently suffering. Make your dreams real. See how in this one her eyes are covered, and in this one there's like bloom and a bird, like a pigeon or a dove over there, and everything that she is becoming this smoke that's rising up, but it's not dissipating. There's actually another hand in that corner supporting it. There's more birds flying off in the distance. It's like what you're creating is going to create this. You know how clouds are made out of water molecules and all that other stuff, right? Like each and everything is made out of something else. So all these clouds, they could all be somehow from different places coming there together to create something. 3 and 2, creating something together, which adds up to a 5, which changes everything and brings this like peace about the environment. Like air goes everywhere. Air can't be confined to one thing. So if your dreams are becoming real, it's not just your dreams. So what you're working on will also create this entire tangibility for other people's dreams as well. And it's hand in hand with you revealing your... I just heard with you not holding back because of the haters. I'm hearing someone speak to me in a vibration, and I just heard them tell me that she's always holding herself back, and she's always lessening and biting her tongue because she doesn't want to make other people feel bad about what they don't know. You know, Dharma, if you do that, I used to do that growing up because I was always called a little know-it-all. And if I had known that the more I diminished myself, the less people rose up to be better, I wouldn't have done it myself so much. So don't hold yourself back, because the higher you rise, the more you reveal your gifts, the more you show exactly what's going on in your mind in a physical way, what's going on in your heart in a physical way. With that nobility, then all the doors open for you. Like, you don't even need to open them. Who you are will simply smash through any closed door. And everything that's meant for you will be so unescapable for you. Like, that abundance, the prosperity, everything. That key isn't even like being hidden or anything. It's like right there, waiting and almost falling right into your hands. The only thing is, you don't need to cause yourself pain to get what you want, because what you want affects the physical world like clouds in the air. The ripple you're going to send out with your gifts changes everything. Like, I want to tell you personally, from my point of view, with looking at this energy, where you're going and what you're going to accomplish is so magnificent that it's a little daunting to try to explain it to you or to relay the message. Dharma, you're destined for greatness, and you don't have to suffer to make that destiny real. It's already yours. The key is within your grasp. What's really the issue at hand here, Spirit? God, what's really the issue? Thank you. Okay. Calling the storm, alone in the world, and queen of my world. Okay. Do you see what I see? Maiden, mother, crone. In order for you to accomplish your dreams, you have had to be all three before their time. You've mastered everything, and if you truly unleashed your ability, then who you are, and all the things you want to do, that spear of light that is usually gained during this state, even during this state, it's a spear of earth and stone and wood and bone and all that. But you've had them before you even were ready for them. You've had this power in you. And I know it's been lonely in a way. I don't know your full story, other than the past few months on YouTube. but I do know you. And I know that what I'm seeing here and the messages coming to me for you are, I just want to hug you, Dharma. This is the energy of a woman who has had to be too strong on her own, too full and too vulnerable, with and without material belongings. Like you've had moments. Oh no. Hold on. What is this? Battery low. Okay. You've had to do it on your own for a while. Even when people were around, they weren't really around. And all of that is changing. You felt alone in the world, and you've been the queen of your own world, and now you're calling in the storm so heavy and so cleansing that in your aloneness in the world, you're going to be surrounded by life and family. So what you didn't have in your maiden phase, in your childhood, you've claimed as yours in your adulthood. And now within your wisdom, you're calling in a storm that changes it for everyone else too. See, let me show you these three like this. Okay? Now I'm going to get some tarot cards on this. Actually, let me get some fairies on this. Let's do it. It was Arvel the parrot that wanted to pop out. I'm going to hold these up to you because I already know that you know. You got to let something go. And I think the thing that you're being asked to let go is the feeling of being alone in the world. Because when I asked what the problem was, it was these three. You feel like you're doing it all on your own. But that was the point. That way you wouldn't feel like the victim in your own story. This way, you get to be the queen of your story, queen of your world, of your universe. You get to command the wind and the thoughts and the emotions and the tribe and the world, and you get to help raise everyone's children, not just yours. You get to help all the husbands and wives, not just the ones in the situations you couldn't help in your own life before. Now you get to help everyone. And you had to go through what you went through so that you could see what's worth keeping and what's worth releasing with the harvest. Because the harvest lets things go, but it also brings all that prosperity and cornucopia in. So trust the intuition that's within you. Because you have a connection due to the isolation you experienced. And the aloneness, even when you were surrounded in the mess of kids and family and household problems, you still felt alone. 6 is also the number of Venus and love. So even when you were in a relationship, he wasn't really there for you. He wasn't strong enough for you. Because he couldn't be. Could you even tame yourself? I think it's time to stop trying to tame yourself and wear your passion and your fury like a fucking crown. Look, 6. That isolation brought out the queen in you. All those times your heart broke so deeply that it felt like you were just evaporating into the air. In those moments, you realized what you really wanted. If that hadn't happened, this wouldn't have happened, which then would have meant this never happened, which then means this would have never happened. So punishing the person you've become and are becoming based on what happened or didn't happen isn't going to serve you in the future. So it's time to give everybody that has been in your life a clean slate, and just let what needs to go, and let what's there be enjoyed until it can't be enjoyed anymore. You see how she's indifferent. There's a sweet sorrow about her. She knows that everything is intangible until made real, and then when it's real, it fades. And then it becomes a memory, and then it becomes a knowing, and then it becomes an instinct, and a behavior, and a pattern, ancestrally and genetically. Going right back to this, the blood. The gift of the storm is within you. And you can lead it to chaos, or you can lead it to the true moral compass that shines from within you. Not their way, not his way, and not because of them. Ever. Always within your power, within your strength, connected to your core, deep earth self. Because you're still that maiden. Even if you're not physically, you're still you. Even if you are at your prime, you still have these two in you. So that intangibility, that fluidness of you, of accepting and letting go, of bringing in and removing, of growing and destroying, let it guide you. You don't need to plan everything, and you don't need to prepare for everything to be ruined or anticipate it. You simply know at some point there's going to be dancing, and at some point there's going to be compost. And that's okay. Who hurt you? Whose ass do I need to kick? This could point to, I'm seeing that you might have had trouble with your mom growing up, or a woman figure in your life, or a man that really wasn't there for you, and the woman had to do everything. Or your dad, he could have been very absent or something, and the mom had to do all the work. Something where a burden was carried that turned light to dark. It took you to a place where you had to become something you're not. And you've had to accept that part of you. But it's almost like a self-pity. You know this card. You know this feeling, this wallowing and feeling sorry and just, what's the point anyway? And like that Linkin Park song, in the end, it doesn't even matter. But it does. It absolutely does. All of this is a part of your ability to go from, I just heard slum to kingdom within minutes. It's a gift. Because it also lets you see this in others so that you can help remedy it within them by showing them the alternative. You see how they're both naked? This one's embarrassed of being naked. He's hiding something. She's unabashedly herself. Wings out in the darkness, you know, the crescent moon, the maiden upon her forehead, the mother right here, the cloak again. But this time, instead of the wounded cloak, the passionate, the scarlet, it's violet. It's royal. It's regal. It's refined. The darkness that you've experienced. You even found friends there. Like, you're not alone in your suffering. You don't have to suffer silently anymore. There's at least one person around you that can go to depths that you thought only you could go to by yourself. Where you felt so alone in your own company. And you only had, your guides to speak to. And sometimes you wondered if they're even real. Like, look at how he's holding his hand. He's like, is that even real? Is that even, what's that over there? Is this bubble real? Like, you became disillusioned with stuff at some point. Things became too luminous and doomy. And you thought you were the only one in that place, and that you couldn't express it or talk about it. But you're not. This is also someone very scorpionic that could have some Capricorn or lots of Virgo, maybe Pisces. I mean, a Pisces and a Scorpio would go to real big depths. Like, there's no limit for someone like that. Okay, I just realized I'm a Scorpio and Pisces. It's not me. This is someone. Oh man. Someone sees your pain, okay? Someone other than me. And this energy of feeling inadequate for whatever situation you're in, that's what's kept you feeling. It's contributed to this, because remember, we asked what the problem was, and this came out. And in this, showing you that in your deepest, darkest places, there's some feeling of unworthiness. Like, this guy's standing on top of that one, but it's like he doesn't even want to be there. He doesn't want that position. Like, this little dude probably just wants to go cuddle somewhere and nap, like the loon with the wings. Like, he just wants his little buddy. But you haven't had that yet. And that's... I know, that's been the point. I just heard that. It's like you've been refined and sculpted, and the pieces of you that were being sculpted by the sculptor, you thought those pieces were, you were never going to get them back, and you were being taken apart, but you were actually being shaped into the goddess that you are. Those pieces of you had to fall away like the Lady of the Harvest. If she's getting her hair trimmed, she knows that she's losing a piece of herself, but she's also revealing more of who she truly is. There's LB again. A message is going to come to you that's going to change your life. It's going to be a pearl of wisdom you receive from an unexpected source within a very dark place that sees your pain and acknowledges what you've been through. And the epiphany that you receive during that communication will call in the storm you have feared, but it will also remedy being the lonely queen alone in her world. And I just heard the song Child of Light. It's called Off to Sleep. And then the card at the bottom of this deck over here, perchance to dream. You are worthy of love, my lady. You are. And those demons that haunt you, that tell you you're not. Allow yourself to be naked before the stars and let those demons go. You deserve to call in a storm for yourself, to call in your husband, your true partner, your true person who sees you vulnerable and alone in the world, that doesn't see you as a victim. They don't see you, that they won't see you as a wounded or unworthy. They'll see you as you. I want to get a card for you before the video runs out for this person, because I'm picking up on an energy in the world you're calling into your life. Oh my God. Ace of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Girl, you are calling in your husband. But before you call in your husband, you got to make that storm happen. You have to cry, like, unabashedly, bawl your eyes out at a campfire, dance naked in front of the stars, and just let it all fucking go. You're about to become a goddess. Your name is about to become glorified. You're about to be one of those spiritual leader people that 10 years from now will have written 15 books and, you know, raised children and has grandchildren and great-grandchildren probably. I don't know. You're becoming you. Have the strength to see the journey ahead and what you've called in as an opportunity to go home to yourself, to create more links and kingdoms and sanctuaries, to work together with others, to allow people to hold you up regardless of what shape and what color they had before. Maybe they were taking the shape of someone. Maybe there was someone in your life who really hurt you, and they could have been exhibiting behavior that wasn't theirs, like a chameleon changing color. So when they come back, if they come back, they could be more authentic to who they really are, right alongside with you, wanting to work with you on a new beginning. Because there's that ace, the pentacle again. Yeah, they want to work on something with you. And whatever happened in the past, and all the lies and deceit and illusions that were there, the unaccepted offers, confusion, the, oh, it's just going to be the same again. There he is. There he is. He's been watching you. Okay. I don't think it's Gandalf, Dharma. And I don't think it's the other one, the one that I with the tree stump. It doesn't feel like them. It doesn't feel like them at all. Who is this person? Who is this King of Pentacles? Page of Swords. Someone who watches you, who doesn't tell you. He thinks you're beautiful and gorgeous and amazing, and he sees how far you've come, and it's like you float in the stars to this person. Tell me more, please. What does Dharma need to know about this person? Girl, he loves you. He loves you. You have a secret admirer that has not made themselves known to you, that has true, genuine, deep love for you. Like the kind of love you haven't experienced yet. Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and Page of Swords and the King of Pentacles. Someone's about to make an offer to you that's going to change your life. And if you even allow Luminous Doom or Queen of Swords behavior to be expressed out of yourself, you're going to end up using that sword to cut that husband emotionally or mentally. Because, just like that chameleon, do not react or respond in negative behavior that's been ingrained in your genetics. due to pain and trauma. Like, change your wiring. I'm hearing mushroom tea or something, like, to change the, I don't know, reprogramming. 7 of Cups. Notice the 7 of Cups. There's no confusion. It's 2 people working together to create another rooted connection. It's like they're scouts connecting kingdoms together. This person is your twin, your genuine divine selection that's coming into your life. There's somebody that's being sent to you to help you do things. Is the nature of this romantic or platonic? Queen of Wands. This person is very creative and very has a good grasp on their feminine energy. They're very they can be seen as attractive. Could be someone you see as a sister or an aunt. It is definitely somebody younger, slightly, and less emotionally intelligent as you are, but emotionally intelligent in a different way. Like, these 2 are 2 very emotionally intelligent, different people. Like, they kind of balance each other out. So if this is, I want to say this is still about the King of Pentacles, honestly. I'm not sensing another person. Like, yes, I'm sensing the energies of women around you, but that's, I mean, it's the Raven's Nest. But this person is like, okay, how do I explain this to you? Like, he's more effeminate than you are. It's like you exhibit more masculine energy due to your emotional intelligence, where you're bringing this other side of this person out while they're bringing another side of you out. You notice how he's looking at the map, but she's pointing the way? Whereas normally, like in a car, in the stereotypical way, it's the guy driving and the girl, navigating. In this one, he's navigating. He's like looking at the stuff, at the directions and things. The man is actually looking at directions. Come on, focus. There we go. None of their cups are spilled. None of them are full of bullshit. They're not carrying baggage, and they're not shielded from each other. They're connected. Look at all those roots and that kingdom in the back. This person's going to help you build something that you don't even see how grand it's going to be. Whoa, Lily, don't do that. If you jump in the garbage can, I'm going to throw you out with it. Okay, I won't, but still. Okay. You're going to